balanced position for the left hand and a position that gives each finger equal independence, so that you're not forcing one finger to work a little bit harder than the others. So ideally we want to position our thumb centrally on the back of the neck, and our hand should be in this position. To start with, you can alter this according to how it feels to you. I'm not saying here that this is the only way of doing it. There's lots of different ways of doing it, but this is what really helped my technique. So thumb behind either the first or second fingers. If you just put your hand in this position, with the thumb, I'm placing it opposite the second finger here. It's quite a natural position for the left hand. Just literally squeeze lightly as though you're squeezing something nice and soft. And then place our hand on the fretboard like so. That's a really comfortable position for me to play. The other thing you'll notice in this position, the knuckles of the left hand are pretty much parallel, and that's a really good thing because again it's going to help with balance, and you're not going to put any undue stress on any of the individual fingers. They're all going to be exerting the same kind of amount of energy whenever you play. So that's really important here to get a nice balanced legato technique. Next step, muting technique. Now if you're using gain, as I do quite a lot, you're going to want to develop a nice muting technique. In fact, even if you're playing clean, it's important to control any extraneous sounds. We don't want any of those sounds coming in, so we want to develop a really nice clean muting technique. The way that I develop my muting technique is quite a logical one. Basically, we've got the roll of the right hand and the roll of the left hand in muting technique. Let's start just with the index finger here, fret 5 of the E string. The roll of the right hand is to mute any strings north of the index finger, so any strings above the index finger. Obviously on the E string we haven't got that, so I position usually the first finger, or whichever finger I'm using, so that all the adjacent strings are muted with that first finger. So if I hit all 6, only that first finger comes out, okay? Now when we move to the A string, we do the same thing. First finger, mute all the others, and I actually position the first finger so that it touches the lower string. So again, I'm hitting all 6, only one note coming out. However, this is where the right hand moves in. I'll actually lightly touch with the palm of the hand the upper string, in addition to the first finger muting, so there's no chance of any of the strings ringing off. And that stays the same for every single string. So move to the D, it's exactly the same. A string muted, G, B and E muted. The bottom E string, as well as the A partially, is muted by the right hand. Again, absolutely nothing apart from the D string. And we do the same with the G, the B.